Hello and welcome to the start of the North American Masters tournament coverage. I'm excited to announce that we are simulcasting on both Glory of Golden State Gaming as well as Skaven and AZ, who is joining us on the chat here. Say hi.
What up, gang? How we doing?
I know, it's very exciting, very, very exciting. So what we got set out for us today is I would like to go over the Desperado tournament, which is the Friday 1-day 3-game play-in tournament, which I will be in. And then we'll go over the list for Masters, which of course Skaven Z is already qualified for winning the Gemini tournament a whole year ago.
It feels like longer.
So that's a total of 28 lists. So we won't get into huge detail, but we'll breeze through them. 5 minutes apiece, something like that.
5 minutes apiece? All right, I'm down. I like it.
We also should have some other presenters joining us at some point in the near future, but we'll see when they show up. And yeah, you know, the usual, guys. Hey, if you're watching on Skaven AZ's channels, please subscribe to mine. If you're watching from mine, hit AZ's channel. We'd greatly appreciate it. But let's get right into the lists. And of course, sitting on the top, number one, Mr. Kenyon Duncan. That's me. So the Desperado is 3 games on Friday. Last I heard, top 2 get a place in Masters.
That is probably correct. It depends on drops. It depends on if we have. It depends on a lot of things, but generally 2, maybe a third if somebody gets lucky enough or somebody gets unlucky enough to not be able to attend or something like that. So
the one question we have to answer after we review these lists is am I going to make it?
I can answer that now.
You have to look at the list first. Come on. But no, if I know most people have goals for tournaments when they go into them. My goal is to make it to the Masters. If I don't, that's a failure. If I do, that is a success. If I don't, I'll be playing in the Gemini, which is the parallel tournament to the Masters, the one that Chris won last year. But we'll see what happens. Last a bunch of tournaments I've been playing the Soaring Ancients, but I decided to mix it up and go back to the good old Beasters because I just want to charge and roll dice. I have officially named this list the Armor is for Losers list. Because the highest, besides the characters, the highest armor I have is a 6-up. And then the Minotaur Chieftain has a 6-up, and the Minotaur Warlord has a 4-up armor save.
I mean, I thought a better name for this list would be I can be drunk and still play this because it's just shoved forward.
I think it's a little more finesse than that, but not a whole lot more. So I've got the Minotaur Warlord General, Destiny's Call, Cleansing Land on Paired Weapons, Crown of Horns, Potion of Swiftness. I've got the Minnow Chieftain, who is basically the way I have him set up. He's a Totem Bearer, he's the BSB. He's got Wild Form Super Dex with Paired Weapons and Talisman of Shielding. So basically when he gives himself that +1 strength, he's like almost another Minotaur Warlord, but he's only toughness 4 with 4 wounds and a 5-up Aegis save. Not the best defense, but who cares about defense when you got offense? I've got two Soothsayers, one on Evo, 2 Soothsayers Wizard of Depths, one on Evo, one on Shamanism, one with Dark Rain, and one with a Binding Scroll. 2 big blocks of Wild Horns, all with Paired Weapons, Banner of the Wild Herd, and the Blooded Horde Totem. And then 2 blocks of Minnows with Paired Weapons, Banner of Speed, Blackwing Totem, and then 4 pieces of Chaff, 2 times 5 Gargoyles, and 2 times 5 Hounds.
You have 12 spells in this list?
I have, so the BSB has 4, then I have 4 on the unit, so that's 8, plus 4 from the Wizards gives me 12, yeah. Channel 2.
That seems way excessive. And I get the want to make sure you get certain ones off, but it feels like there's just too many points stacked up in Magic here, because you're never going to be able to cast all these. You're never going to attempt to cast half of them in most cases, I would think. Feels like you could have shaved off a couple of those to fit in another unit of hounds, or upgraded unit of hounds to gargoyles or something like that, which might have served you a bit better. That's the biggest thing I see so far.
I agree. I could totally drop the Blooded Horn Totem on the Wild Horns, but I did that just to get to minimum core.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah. I get it. It's just, I mean, you may not even had to. At this point, I wouldn't have taken the, because you still have to roll to cast the ones on the totem bears, right? Or are those bound?
They're bound. They're bound.
Okay. I mean, you could have just run with the 2 adepts and those 4 and drop the totem bear off the Lino Chieftain. Make it a little cheaper. But,
what I really wanted out of the totems was the double black wing on the Minotaur units. That was that's the key, and I need the BSB to do that. So, yeah, you got a point. You got a point. Yeah, it comes down to it's just 4 smashy blocks with 4 pieces of chaff. That's the gist of the list.
Right, and you're gonna have plenty of time where you can go, hey, here's Blooded Horn on a bunch of Wild Horns, so they got 4 attacks a piece or whatever silly thing they've got, plus the Band of the Wild Herd going off, so they're strength 4. You know, it's gonna be a real bad day for whatever gets into them. Oh, you want to stop that? Great. Well, they're gonna get rerolled a hit, or you're gonna be. I mean, you've got plenty of play with all the magic. And you're going to be able to force through 1 or 2 things that you want, which will be very good for you.
Yeah, it's definitely combat buff. What's the right word? What's when you have redundancy? Redundancy. It's combat buff redundancy.
Yeah. This is dwarf magic type. So I mean that you're kind of like playing dwarfs here, but I think it'll serve you well when you hit somebody with a ton of bricks with those minos, because you got two totems off in a turn because somebody rolled bad or whatever, and they just obliterate something. So. When it works, it's going to work. I just worry that you a little bit you spin over on points. But other than that, it's a good list. We've seen it work before.
My camera just went out, but don't worry, folks. I'll be back in a second. Let's see here. Hey, Google, stop. There we go. Okay, back to where we were. Sorry about that. Next up on the list, O'Brien Jennings on the VC.
Your face is not on the screen, by the way.
I know. I know. Okay. Technical difficulties. Stand by. Right. I'll have it back in a second.
VC. All right. While he's doing that, I'll read this one. So he's got a Wizard Master to Occultism with a great weapon with Lamia and Commandment. So he's going to be all kind of fun to sit in a block of something. Count on Skeletal Steed with Shamanism, that'll be fun, and True Thirst to raise something up. So that'll be the Knights. Vampire Courtier on Cosmology, that's also really cool. They get +1 aim with that base spell or Ice and Fire to clear chaff. 40 ghouls, 20 zombies, some chaff, 32 Barrow Guard with halberds and the Black Standard, and then 2 sets of 5 Vampire Knights, which is where the Count is going to go, and the Master, the General, will go on those Black Barrow Guard, I imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Death Star and half.
Whew, so we got the big block of Barrow Guard with a character in it. 2 units of Vampire Knights, 1 with the other character in it. And a big block of ghouls and zombies, and then a bunch of chaff shit.
Right. And he's going to be able to sit there with Cosmology and Shamanism and really shoot things if he wants to. I don't think he'll go that direction, because he'll go with +1 strength or +1 to, that sort of thing. But the possibility of he runs into a Vermin Swarm player or something like that, and he really wants to get rid of those weapon teams or a light shooting army from elves or something like that, he can really put a hurt on them in ways that most VC players can't. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out.
Whew, Vampire Knights are so tough. They're so tough.
I mean, the Vampire Knights are tough, but Barrow Guard hitting on 2s is worse, because they're going to be offensive 6, plus having the +1 to hit. I mean, they're going to hurt things, especially with the boosts he can get from Cosmology, because Cosmology's got the +2/+2 now with what they changed the time spell to, right? The number 2 spell?
Yeah.
So he can hit agility 5 or 6 and really just blitz something before he gets to swing. So that's a really scary unit.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
Anyway, I think the one thing he's going to worry about a little bit is if he runs into a flag scenario. He's got 5 units for scoring. So the Vampire Knights might get picked on a bit in that sort of circumstance, but he's got a lot of things that will hit like a ton of bricks. And I just don't know. I mean, he's got the occultism. He's got the occultism master as well, so he's got all kinds of shooting if he wants it, and he can do 3 raises.
It's true, and it's an Nosferatu Wist. No, that's the adept on cosmology is Nosferatu.
Yeah.
It's the brotherhood of the dragon.
Yeah, shamanism can take insect swarm. Occultism got almost all missiles, and cosmology can take a missile if you want. So he's got lots of different options for flexibility, which would be interesting to see in a VC list.
The one thing I think he missed out on was he didn't put a champion on the Direwolves. I feel like that's an auto include on VC.
That is the meta, so you can charge in and not crumble instantly. Yeah, that works, but I think he's more worried about just getting them to stand in the way and then putting 2 units of Vampire Knights into him.
True. It's a very solid list. It's question. I you know VC better than I do with the updates. Do either of these wizards have the thing where they can upgrade or they can grow units beyond their starting size?
I don't think so, because Lamia is the one.
But the Corsair has Nosferatu.
Yeah, but Nosferatu isn't the.
It's one of the. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know with the new upgrades, the new changes.
I haven't looked at VC that closely to remember exactly what Nosferatu does. But let's look real fast. Nope, not Vermin Swarm. I know that one. Nosferatu. Yes, gets the Netherworld and can raise awakens skeletons and zombies. So yes, it can expand the those units.
That's a little scary, but okay. Yeah, this is okay. So just yeah. This is just a regular old VC list. It seems very meta, but just slightly different.
The magic setup is very different from what I do, at least when I ran VC.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. Chuck Sadler, good old from Evershade Gaming, as we all know. Empire Sunstar.
Yeah, our boss. This is our boss's list. We should probably treat him nicely.
No, why would we ever do that? Why would we ever do that? Empire Sunstar. He's got the martial on a dragon with a repeater pistol, blah 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 blah, lucky charm, Imperial Prince. So he's got the light of the Sonstal.
Got the Sonstal. Yeah.
And he's got another martial BSB on a Pegasus with a Lance Winter Cloak. Wizard Master on Cosmology with a Crystal Ball. Wizard another wizard on a Pegasus. Adept on Alchemy with Dragon Staff. Then he's got 45 halberdiers, 20 halberdiers, 15 crossbows, 5 electoral cab with great weapon, 10 militia irregulars, 4 knights of the Sun Griffin, banner discipline, the arcane engine with the arcane shield, 5 rangers, 24 flagellants with a champion, and the Steamo Tanko.
The new Steam Tank is pretty.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be. It really wasn't what it used to be. So really, he doesn't.
Way overpriced still.
He doesn't have a whole lot of shooting. He's got 15 crossbows. He's got the steam cannon. He's got 5 rangers. He's got 10 state militia. Right? That's all the shoot, and then a little shots from his characters.
And the cosmology wizard who can put out the hit 6x6 unit, or ice and fire, or the touch the heart to snipe somebody, or
for sure he's got other
shooting as well at range. It's just magical.
Yeah. He's got the offensive magic for sure.
Yeah, he's competing in all three phases. He's got magic, he's got shooting, he's got combat. Because the heavy infantry with the arcane engine behind them become, much better than they would be normally, especially when you've got the type of magic he's got, and the threat of the dragon to come in on a flank or charge a corner or anything like that. I would have replaced the steam tank with something else, and Chuck probably has a great model for it. That's why he brings it. That's why he likes it. But I think we've seen that the steam tank nowadays is nowhere near an auto include anymore.
Yeah, true. I have to totally agree with it. They hit that steam tank with the Nerf bat pretty hard.
They hit it with like 4 Nerf bats repeatedly. I mean, it still will do its job if it can't just sit there forever, but it can sit there for a few turns against any unit. Yeah. It can hang in there for a bit, yes.
Yeah.
But is that good enough for 430? I don't think it is.
But the interesting part of this list, he's got the mobile dragons. He's got the mobile individual pieces. The dragon, the 2 Pegasi. Ugh.
I mean, that alchemy wizard just gonna fly around and just lash things against the right type of army, or just sit there and put word of iron on, heavy infantry type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got lots of flexibility with that particular piece. I don't know about putting Destiny's Call and Dragon Staff on him makes it think like he wants to go into combat with it, but you don't want to put a wizard into combat like that. So that's really kind of interesting why he chose to go that way as opposed to not giving like the BSB the Destiny's Call.
I feel like he's just he's like a random scare you piece. He's gonna run that up the flanks, and he's also got Destiny's Call, so he can throw that into a combat and absorb a challenge.
Yeah, but if he's there to take a challenge, you give him the locket.
Yeah.
And he's 355 points for that. So he's not something you want to throw away too easily. So that's why he feels like he's a little too gold-plated for me. I would have dropped some of that off and kept him cheap and just fooling around and zap stuff. And if you get shot, then he's not shooting at, your BSB or your dragon, and that's an acceptable casualty.
Yeah, true. It's an interesting list. It's a mobile. You got the 4 Knights. I feel like the 4 Knights of the Sun Garrison is just not quite big enough. When you go 5 or 6,
2 4s. If you go with 2 4s, they're fine. It's where that multiples is a much stronger version than just a single by itself.
Yeah. And the arcane engine is the distracting one, right?
Yeah.
And it's got perception of strength on it, which is really good in this list.
Really good in this list. Yes.
Yeah. So he's got double perception of strength. Ugh. Yuck.
Yep. All the fun.
All of the fun. Okay. Moving on. Someone named Judson. I don't know who that is. On the ONG. I love it. We've got Shamanism Master on Shamanism, or Shaman Master on Shamanism. Ugh. Essence of Mithril. Shaman Adept on Thaumaturgy with Lightning Vambraces. Warlord, Iron Orc, Shady Shanking, Destiny's Call, Troll Ale Flask. So it's this bro's on foot. A Chief BSB, Willow's Ward plate on foot also with Talisman of Shielding. Let's see here. 29 Ed Bashers with paired weapons, Green Tide banner. 30 Spear Orcs, 20 Bow Orcs. 28 Iron Orcs with Green Tide. So if he puts his BSB in there, that's double Green Tide, right?
Yeah.
No. The Green Tide's not on his BSB. That's on the other unit. No. Never mind. Yeah. 14 Mounted Ed Bashers with lances. A Boar Chariot, 2 2x5 Goblin Raiders, and 2 Catapults with Splatter. Splatters and Orc Overseers. The only goblins in this list are the Raiders. That's funny.
Yeah, he's all orc, or almost all orc.
Ooh. So he's just
2 catapults just come charging at you with a 30 brick of Ed Bashers, a 30 brick of Iron Orcs, and 14 Ed Bashers on boars.
Yep. This is a lot like my list. It's a go get you list.
Yeah. But the thing that I don't. He doesn't have something. The mounted Ed Bashers can be a threat, but they don't feel like they would be enough of a threat for me to want to. I'd rather take a charge from the Ed Bashers than I would the Iron Orcs or the on foot Ed Bashers. It just seems that that's not a strong enough counter. Like, you have your 2 big blocks and you have 2 units of Minos with characters in them. 14 Ed Bashers is not a unit of Minos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the catapults to try and shrink some units down, so maybe that's his answer there. But I would like to see another big threat. I think a bit better than the Ed Bashers. I don't know, maybe that's me.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's the zoning threat is the Ed Basher, the mounted Ed Bashers. They're, Ed Bashers are great, but they're not that great, and without a character in them, because none of the characters are all mounted, right? They're all on foot.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I don't know. That's
You can put the Warlord and the BSB in the Iron Orcs. He'll put the Shaman in with the Ed Bashers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got 6x5s. So I just, the Ed Bashers the mounted Ed Bashers needed something else to make them really scary. Somebody's going to chaff them and ignore them for a while. Or give them like a steam tank or a unit of slaves or something like that to grind through, and then go after something else if they want to. So I wish that piece had been a bit better. Other than that, it seems okay.
Yeah, just a blocky combat list.
Yeah, no MR in the list so that somebody with snipes and such could bother him, and there's 2 UD players here, so that could be a real issue for Mr. Judd. Yeah,
and he's a master on shamanism, so he's trying to shut down magic. So he's got a little bit of offense. He's got Swarm of Insects, and then Thaumaturgy. He doesn't have the Comet.
No. But he's gonna. If I was him, I'd be thinking the 2 catapults, the Swarm of Insects, Hand of Heaven. All those things are good enough to shrink units down so that my units are big enough that they can't possibly win.
Yeah.
But if the Warlord or somebody else gets sniped off by the Evo spell, the Cosmo spell, he's going to have a bad day, and I worry no MR is going to make that possible.
Yep. Okay, next up, Alex Zielinski. Oh, he's playing freaking dwarves. God damn it.
No, it's fucking dwarves, because fuck dwarves is the right answer. Always.
Fuck dwarves.
He's got a throne with a Rune of Resistance, makes him res 5 or 6, 2 Runes of Might, Rune of Fury, Rune of Shielding, Rune of Readiness. That's the one where you charge it on one side and he gets a free reform right then. You can't do anything about it. You have to charge it twice. Hate that thing. Runic Smith with Rune of Grounding to get rid of all the buff spells you put on yourself that last turn. Thane with Rune of Might, 2 Runes of Lightning, because of course. The Hold Stone, because of course. 27 Greybeards with Great Weapons, Throwing Weapons, and a Runic Standard of Swiftness to be movement 4. 26 Clan Warriors with Throwing Weapons and Vanguard, okay. 6 Hold Guardians with Runic Standard of the Hold, which I don't remember what that one does. But it seems like this guy wants to just Vanguard forward, because the Hold Guardians can Vanguard, the 1 unit Clan Warriors can Vanguard. The Runic Standard of Swiftness means he's going to move a little bit faster. I think he wants to just come at you, bro.
Yeah, I think he does. 2 Hold Guardian blocks. That's interesting.
I mean, those things are hard to move. Resistance 5, all that stuff. They're beefy.
What's the Runic Standard of the Hold do?
That's what I'm looking for. I do not remember. Runic Standard of the Hold counts as 1 additional full rank for the purposes of Steadfast and Disrupted.
Okay.
So, yeah, he can disrupt somebody when he's only got 1 rank or 2 that has 2 ranks or 3. Okay. He needs another steam counter in my opinion. The organ gun is going to get blocked off by all him moving forward. So I think that's going to be a little bit suboptimal, because he's not going to be able to shoot as much when he's just, YOLOing forward. I'd rather see that in the steam copter or something.
Yeah, the miner's gonna show up. The Oregon gun's always scary, especially when it's rune crafted.
Right. But he has to avoid the hold guardians because they can't see that. He doesn't want the -1 for shooting by shooting across his graveyards or clan warriors. He's gonna have a super big frontage with those 4 units. I don't know where he's gonna park the OG to shoot it reliably, unless it's just out on a flank by itself, which I guess it can be. But 30 inches isn't all that.
I think he's gonna put the units in the center and then put the hold guardians on his flanks. I think that's the play.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because the whole yeah.
It's dwarfs.
It's dwarfs. Okay. Mike Smith. Warriors of the Dark Gods. Chosen Lord on a Karkadon. Hellforged Armor, Death Cheater, Paired Weapon, Touch of Greatness, Great Weapon. Oh, he's on
Greed.
He's on Greed. Dark Prelate, which you don't see very often, Dark Prelate.
Not anymore. I haven't seen it in a while. That is very true.
Yeah. Chosen Lord again on a Karkadon. Paired Weapon. Oh, I hate the Entropic Aura. Hate
no,
it.
You don't have weapons or magic armor. Sorry.
Yeesh. And then 2 blocks of 25 barbs with hand weapon shield, Banner of the Relentless Company. These are chaff pieces out of core. These are the guys that he runs up.
Oh
Dog.
my gosh, dog. All right, let me shut my door.
No worries.
I mean, they're chaff, but they're not just chaff because there's still 25 barbarians. They still do okay. And they got relentless, so they're just running forward.
Yeah, this is beginning of the game. Shove them forward. Let your opponent kill them, and then countercharge.
Right. Or put them out wide so that you can relentless company forward them, absorb all the shooting, charge them into something that gets in the way of everybody else, or just move them forward and bring up the chosen knights behind you.
Yeah. And you hit the nail on the head. 2 times 5 chosen knights. Are they all? They're all with greed. 2 giants with monstrous familiar. Interesting. So there's all of his magic is coming from the 2 giants.
And dark prelate.
Oh, and dark prelate.
He's got 2 hellfires. He's got reroll to wound, and he's got, I don't remember what the other dark prelate one is, and then he's got 2 monster familiars, which gives him either hellfire or breath of corruption or
something else.
I want to say brave calls.
I think that's a cool setup. That's a really cool setup.
He's got the flexibility and a lot of magic shooting.
And he really has a lot of chaff pieces. He's got the 2 blocks of barbs, 2 units of fallen, 2 units of warhounds.
Yeah.
And even the giants in last case scenario.
Yeah. No, he wants to have you facing the wrong way when those knights come in.
Yep. Yes, he does.
Glory of Gold, Breath of Corruption, or Hellfire. So he's not going to double up Hellfire on those because he's got 2 Hellfires on Icon of the Infinite, but he could take 1, and the other one could take Glory of Gold, which is useful for his flaming. I believe he has a couple flaming banners somewhere. Did I see flaming? No
flaming banners.
Flaming banner. But either way, it's still +1 AP is always useful.
Yeah, it's true. It's an interesting build. This is really unique, unique build of an army.
Yeah, I like it. It's this will be tough for some people to deal with. Like your army, how do you deal with this? It's going to be harder for you because the giants are going to be able to just go through your big blocks. The miners probably lose the chosen knights.
It depends if I get the charge off. If he gets the charge off, it's a little scary, and he's going to out chaff me. I don't know. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. I need to. Yeah. I like that. I like this build a lot.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike. Mark. Another Warriors of the Dark Gods. He's got a Sorcerer General on a Battle Shrine, Master on Evocation, Ghostly Guard, Hero's Heart, Rod of Battle. Another Sorcerer on a Dark Chariot, Adept on Alchemy, which is a really good setup. Yeah. Symbol of Slaughter, Ledger of Souls. 16 Warriors with Halberds, with Wrath. 40 Barbs with Great Weapons. Ooh, boy.
That's 2 times.
Kill the barbarians. 2 times 5 Feldrakes. with Icon of the Infinite and Wasteland Torch. A giant. Does the giant go into the barbarians? Maybe.
If he wants it to. If it's a good spot for it, yeah. Like if he's going up against like a VS army or something like you, I would absolutely put it in there.
Yeah, yeah. A lone warrior chariot, 5 flayers, and 5 warhounds.
I mean, this is, you know, we were talking about no MR up there before. Master Evo, he's got the triple snipe and he's got the one big snipe. He's going to cause some people problems with being able to just snipe people away. Alchemy isn't as good for that, but he can spike something, he can lash something, and the Feldrax are just mean.
Yeah, they're tough.
Strength 6.
Yeah, they're hard. They're hard to deal with. Always hard to deal with.
And he has Comet if he needs it. So
yeah, true.
He's got a lot of good things here. So I like it. I mean, the battle strength clearly goes in the warriors. I think the barbarians, that's just a hard unit to move.
Yeah, both those units are hard to move. That's it's 2 anvils, and then there's 2 units of Feldrax. Man, this is a good list.
Right. I almost would like to see the Feldrax with banner speeds, just to get around the flanks, to be able to supplement those 2 big bricks. That'd be a lot of fun to see. But I like the build still. It's good. This is very, very speedy, and you know, hammer and anvil stuff.
Yep. I like it. I like that list a lot. Sean, Saurian Ancients. Here's the Saurian Ancients. 2 double alpha. Double alpha. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. A Skink Veteran on a Pterodon with Serpent's Nest Charm and Essence of Mithril. Infiltrator's Dart. 2 blocks of warriors with spears and banner of speed. Some hunters. 12 raptors. 10 raptors. 4 ramphidons. 6 gorillas with blowpipes and a carnosaur. So that's triple carnosaur.
Triple carno.
So
what is it with Desperado players just wanting to shove in the middle? Desperado's gonna be over in like a half hour.
I know. But that's the most fun. Come on now, that's the most fun.
It is. It is.
Oh man. So both the alpha carnosaurs and the regular carnosaur can go in with the raptor riders, I think, or is it just the alphas?
I don't know that one. This is your book, not mine.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have any magic, right?
Did he upgrade any of his core units to the big champions? He didn't. Yeah, this is a no magic list.
No magic. That's tough. I mean,
Yeah, but double alpha, like, oh my god.
Double alpha is rude. I could argue that. But yeah, I think the Carnosaur can go in with the Raptors as well.
No, I think it gave him the Hunt Leader. See, this one has the Hunt Leader, so which means it can go into the Raptors. Maybe I don't think the Alphas can't. No, they can't.
The Alphas can't? Okay.
Yeah. So they'll just be running around doing their thing.
I mean, that makes sense. They're kind of lone models.
I mean, there's not much to say about this list. This is going to go in. It's going to kill characters, the Alpha Carnosaurs. That Skink Veteran on the Pterodon's going to just be freaking annoying. Whew. I don't know what to say. That's a balls out list.
I mean, he's coming for you.
Yeah, you're right. All these lists are like, let's throw down in the middle of the table.
Right. This is meet in the middle type stuff. Okay.
All right, next up. I don't know. Hilton? Adam Hilton?
Adam Hilton.
On UD. All right. Seeing some UD on the board. I love it. Double Arc of Ages, Master on Divination, Master of Evocation. A Pharaoh.
And Soul Conduit, the 2 most important items.
Fuck, that's a lot of magic. A Pharaoh General with Destiny's Call without the Godslayer, which is interesting.
Yeah, but he's Lord of the Barrel Legion, which means that he's got the they have the upgraded It's one of the upgrade lists, if I recall.
Yeah, yeah. You can basically give your rank and file guys heavy armor. That's the gist of it.
Right. Yeah.
And the casket. Fuck me.
Yeah, and the casket. And 60 Necro Guard.
60. This is a crazy list. The 2x3 Scarab Swarms, these are like the crazy Barrel Legion Scarab Swarms that have like a 4-up Aegis, or they're basically like ethereal. They get
archers must Necro Guard must be upgraded with heavy armor. That's +1.
Yeah, look at the upgrade for Scarab Swarms.
Aegis 5+, Aegis 3+ with non-magical Ghost Step. They can only add 2 additional models per unit that can be max 7 Scarab Swarms per army. That's
Adam, I applaud you for this list. I applaud you.
I mean, the Div and the Evo together, he's got 2 ways to reroll to hit. He's got a boost their agility and offense. He's got, 4 great missiles. And he's got Hourglass, so he's rerolling any spells with 2 dice.
With 2 dice, yeah.
I mean, that's gross.
It's a blasty magic. There's no actual shooting, right?
No, I mean, the chariots can shoot their 12 bows, but that's it.
Yeah.
There's no real shooting.
It's just blasty magic. And then I get to you and you have to fight it out.
Yeah. Casket for things he doesn't want to fight, like monsters.
Wait, is he putting the Arc of Ages in the Necro Guard?
I don't think so. Usually they sit back in the back and blast because they've got plus 12 inches to cast with the two arcs.
But don't they have to join a unit, or can they just be by themselves?
They can be by themselves.
Hmm.
Yeah, he will sit them in the far back because they've got literally they have 40 inches on range on their missiles because the two arcs give 6 inches for each one, plus the Div guy's got plus 6 inches for his stuff.
He's gonna have unlimited range, yeah.
He's got a gigantic range for whatever he wants to do. So,
yeesh.
Blast things, sit back, move forward, support, fun. That'll be tough for somebody, and somebody without MR again. Another Wizard Master with Evo, that's gonna be rough. Oh, and look what we have in Rob Phillips' list.
Okay,
oh,
moving on to Rob.
It's almost the same thing.
What? Wait, there's no Legion, there's no Barrel Legions in this one.
Well, but it's another double. He's got a Master and an Adept instead of double Master.
Yeah. And they're not on the arcs.
One is.
Right? Oh, one is. The Master on Divination's on the arc. Adept of Evocation on foot. Ooh. 2 blocks of skeletons, a chariot unit, scouts, 6 tomb cataphracts, and then 2 blocks of Necropolis Guard, of course, and 2 sand scorpions.
So he's got 3 units that can appear out of the sands in the skeleton brick that took the Banner of the Entombed, the sand scorpions as well, and then the 3 units of Necro Guard and cataphracts, which are just going to walk forward towards you.
Yeah. Where's his chaff? Where's his chaff though? Is his chaff just going to be the sand scorpions and the Entombed unit?
And the scouts.
There's the scouts. Yeah.
They're going to raise up and go sit on an objective, break through foils, that sort of thing. I would have rather seen another arc in here, but he's got the scorpions instead, I guess. But it's still a very good magic phase. It's just not as good as Adam's is. He doesn't have access to as many of the. He didn't have access to the second snipe if he really wanted to snipe a character off, that sort of thing. So. WD is fun though.
So that is the Desperado. We've got 2 DUD lists, a Fighty Saurian Ancient list, a Fighty Warriors of the Dark Gods, and this is not the Fighty one, this is the other one. Then a Fighty Warrior of the Dark God list, a Dwarven Hold kind of standard list, ONG Fight You list, a kind of monster dance around Empire Sonstal list, VC hit you in the face list, and then my crazy hit you in the face list. This is going to be a crazy tournament.
There's gonna be a lot of fast games. Jeff better be ready with the score sheets, Phoenix.
I don't know. I feel like this is a meta that I might be good with because I am geared 100% towards fighting.
Yes, that could work for you.
Yeah, it could. I don't know.
Do you think you make it with the other list we just looked at? You think you make top 2?
Oh, can I make top 2?
Right?
Am I gonna make a bold prediction right now?
I plan to make one, so you should make one.
I'm gonna say it. I've got confidence in myself. I've got confidence. I am gonna make it to the Masters. I am gonna make it to the Masters.
Okay, you heard it here first, kids. Swamp Swimmer is going to make the Masters, no matter what.
Top 2.
I am going to say that Kenyon will not make the Masters, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because it's Kenyon, and I always give Kenyon a hard time. Although that would be a very good reason for me to say it. But in my opinion, I think that I think that O'Brien Jennings' list is pretty bad for you with the magic, so he can just blast down your Minos.
Yeah.
And I think that Mike Smith is a good enough player to win on skill and experience with his magic setup. So those would be my 2 picks to make it out of Desperado.
Okay.
Never know what's going to happen, but those are the 2 I would think would make it.
So here you're betting on Mike Smith, the crazy double chosen knight, all greed list, and he's and then you're also picking O'Brien the VC list, right?
Yes. You have nothing that can go into 32 barrel guard that are hitting on 2s. And it's not just about you, but most people don't, is my point.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to see one of my Wildhorn units go in there fully buffed with magic and see what happens.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it would be very interesting.
All right. That's your prediction.
That's my prediction.
We shall see what happens.
Who else is going to make it with you? You said you were going to make it with the other one.
You know, I'm going to say the double Alpha Carnosaur list.
Double Alpha, huh?
That's a good chance.
Double Alpha, no magic. That's a bold prediction, Cotton.
Maybe not. I don't know. I want to see what I really want. I'm betting on the Barrel Legion army.
Okay.
Because it's pretty solid, but no one runs Barrel Legion.
Nobody runs Barrel Legion.
Nobody. I'm rooting for him though.
Sure.
All right. So I think Henry was supposed to join us, but he just texted me about he can't make it or something. I don't know. So we're moving on to the Masters. Where are we? North American Masters 2023. Players and lists. Here we go. 18 players. You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Okay. Who is Marley77? I don't know these screen names.
Marley is Mike Maddox.
Okay. Saurian Ancients. Anoarch on Druidism, Magical Heirloom, Talisman of the Void, Mind Shifting Mastery. I don't even remember what these do anymore. Fudge. Can you look these up for me? We'll come back to that. We've got a Skink Veteran just on foot with the Infiltrator's Dart and Lightning Vambrite. So he's out there just to be annoying and throw some extra magic out there. 26 Tegu Warriors with 3 Caimans. The Cayman Ancients.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Wow, Google's being mean to me today. And then a Flaming Standard. 8 Cayman Warriors out of core with Flaming Standard, and the champion to give him a wizard out of there. 12 Skink Hunters with a champion. 3 Thyroscutus Herd, which is like an auto include in the Saurian Ancient nowadays, with Engine of the Ancients, which is an interesting choice. That is the low range shot, but it's the 4x4, hits on a 2+ strength 4, or 2x2. Each shot is 2x2. There's 3 shots, and they all hit. I think it's strength 4, AP 1. Oh no, that's the high strength one. It's a strength 6. So that's an interesting choice. It's good against big units. 16 Tegu Guard with the Koru Stone. Obviously, the Anararchs go in there. 6 Swarms, 3 Swarms, both with Scout. Swarms are amazing right now. 3 Pterodons with Marking Lures. And 4 Stygiosaurs with the Enclave. So we got magic all over the place.
All over the place. Mind Shifting Mastery is he can go ahead and cast the attribute from Div, Druidism, Witchcraft, or Alchemy instead of the Learn Spells attribute.
Interesting.
So he needs extra magic support. He's got it. And then the other one is he gets an extra spell from his lore.
Shoot, so he's got he's got 5 spells plus the Hereditary because of that magical heirloom.
Yes.
So he's got 6 spells. We've got a spell from the Caimans. We've got a spell from the Skinks. We've got a spell from the Stygiosaurs. So that's 9 spells.
Right. And you have 14. That was my point.
They're bounce spells. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them.
The Thyroscutus are going to give everybody hard problems, and he's going to sit there and chaff people to death and shoot them with the Thyros and raise them back with Druidism.
Yeah. Yeah. Those the high value wounds out of the Thyroscutus herds are going to be nice.
Right. And then Swarms just reduce people's ability to come in and challenge him. Like, I don't want to charge Swarms because, you know, DT what, 2s? Or DT1?
No, it's just DT1s. It's just DT1.
Just DT1s on a 50-man brick, though.
Yeah. Big blocks don't want to go into him, yeah.
I rolled 11 ones on 50 dice the other day. That was not fun.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, just chaff. 2 Swarms for chaff, Riders for the Pterodons for chaff, the Skink Hunters for chaff.
Okay,
Warriors
comment from the chat. This is not Maddox. This is Andrew Ratmond.
Yeah, this is Ratman. I'm sorry, Ratman. My bad.
We're getting it all wrong. We're getting it all wrong.
Leave me alone. I just did that. Come on. All right. Anyways, carrying on.
This is an interesting list. I like it. I mean, it's picking all the hot Saurian Ancient stuff right now and exploiting it to the best.
Right. I played Maddox with this list. I played Ratman with this list. Yeah. Yeah. This list is why I took Stalker standard on my big brick, was just for Snake Swarms.
I see. That makes sense. That makes sense. So it's got just 2 really tough blocks. The Tegu Warriors with the Caimans in them are just tough. They're tough as nails. He's got the Flaming Sander, and you can basically always get the Alchemy attribute off on him. And then the Tegu Guard with the Anararch it's a stubborn block, which is tough.
Right. But he will not ever come out to engage you. I brought my list against this list, and he chaffed me and shot me and chaffed me and shot me and chaffed me and shot me and chaffed me and shot me. I killed the Thyroscutus after about 5 turns of shooting and magic, and cannons and everything, because he just kept healing him and healing and healing and healing, and that's what he does. Is he's just gonna wear you down, shoot you to death, and hit you with an anvil when you can't deal with it.
Yeah,
it's a good list.
It's a good list. It's a very good list. Plus those I even forgot the Stygiosaur. I'm like, where's his zoning threat? And I'm like, there's the Stygiosaur pack, 4 of them. They're really good. Poison, re-rolling to hit when it's a marked unit. Oh boy. Okay. I mean, this is what we should expect from Masters lists. Like these are going to be tough lists.
Yeah.
All right, eggs. Let's see here.
Former captain of USA ETC.
Yeah, good old Chris Mintz, running his VC like he always does. So he's got the zombie dragon. I feel like he's not usually a zombie dragon player, but it's not the colossal zombie dragon, it's just the regular zombie dragon. Nosferatu, mesmerizing gaze, obsidian rock, Kingslayer. So in case he gets in a challenge, I guess. Occultism.
Well, I know he's not going to play this like Henry plays his zombie dragon. He's not just going to sit back and blast with occultism. He's an apprentice, not a master like Henry runs.
Oh, he's just an apprentice. Oh.
He's going to put that thing in combat.
Yeah, of course he is. Then he's got a second apprentice on evocation. Looks like on foot, but he's dust forged, plate armor, basalt infusion.
He's on a steed. He's on a horse. He's going to the Barrow
Oh,
Knights.
Spectral. I can't read tonight. I can't read. Going with the Barrow Knights. He's got the Necromancer General, adept on evocation, Unholy Tome, 30 skeletons, Legion Standard, 23 skeletons, Band of the Relentless Company, Bat Swarms, Zombies, Direwolf with the Champion, thank you very much, 7 Barrow Knights, 10 Race, fuck the Race, with the Champion, so they're the casters, and 7 Spectral Hunters with the Champion, and a Shrieking Horror. Oh, Chris, you're a bad man.
He's been playing variations of this list for a long time, I believe. The 2 big flyers that have caused people problems.
Mm-hmm.
The plenty of mobile chaff, plenty of hard-hitting units. He'll do well, like he usually does. I am not going to criticize his list because I don't think that I would know enough to criticize his list. Not because I don't know what VC does, but because he just has that much experience with it and has that many.
He's always got a great play with VC that I don't understand. I'm not smart enough to understand. I mean, he's got the 2 ethereal units, the Race and the Spectral Hunters, which are really hard to deal with, obviously.
Right.
He normally has correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember Chris always using the coaches to a lot of success. But I don't see those in this list. I think he kind of replaced those with the Shrieking Horror and the Zombie Dragon. And 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then a Sparrow Knight unit.
Yeah, the Wraiths and Spectral Hunters will run up, they can run up the middle and really bother things that don't have or don't have magical attacks and don't have a good combat res, like line formation units and that sort of thing. The Horror can take out the monsters or just go and stomp weak units. Plenty of things to be able to move. The skeletons can advance forward. Band of the Relentless Company. There's just lots of options and flexibility in it that let him do the things he wants to do, which makes it so good.
Yep. Oof, I think he's already getting one of my top votes. I think this is a strong list.
We got a long way to go.
We got a long way to go.
Yeah, a few times, I think.
We got a long way to go. Bubba Fett. I don't know who this is.
Gottschalk. Jeremy Gottschalk.
Okay, Gottschalk. Okay, here we go. Highborn Elves.
Yes.
Didn't see this coming. Did not see this coming. Prince on an Ancient Dragon, Elu's Heartwood, Great Weapon Crystal Ball, Obsidian Rock, Queen's Cavalier. So this is going to be a monster-heavy list. Mage on a Dragon, Master on Alchemy, Magical Heirloom, Amethyst Crystal, or the Fiery Heart. 2 units of 20 Seaguard, both with Banner Discipline. Reavers. 8 Knights of Rima with Banner of Discipline. 15 Flame Wardens, Banner of Becalming. 1 Initiative of the Fiery Heart with Pyromancy, and 5 Grey Watchers.
3 dragons flying around.
Yeah, it's a 3 dragon list.
Okay.
Just straight up.
Right.
Yeah, and he's just gonna be peppering you with those Seaguard. They'll be sitting in the center of the board, peppering.
Right. The Flame Wardens are a nice roadblock. The Knights are a good zoning threat, and then 3 dragons just fly around and give you a bad day. Plus the Elu Heartwood shooting you the whole time.
Ooh, tell me what the Elu Hearts would do again.
I don't remember.
Is that the
specifically.
multi-shot one, or is like the bolt thrower one? I can't remember. Or am I confusing this with the Sylvan magic items?
I don't remember what the specific bow does. I think it's the triple shot one.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, it's 3 shots, strength as usual, +1, AP +1. So it's the old Reaver bow.
Can this stand up to a list like Chris's?
Yes, because he has magical shooting to deal with the wraiths and the magical stuff, and he has the. Get back to what I was looking at here. He's got the shooting to whittle down the blocks. He's got pyro from the Initiate of the Fiery Heart Pyromancy. It's not a guaranteed thing, but he's got the tools to do it if they were to play. Yes.
Jeremy, you got this. I got faith in you, Jeremy. Woo. Oh boy. Yeah. By the way, we are not doing first round matchups on this show. Those have yet to be determined.
Correct. We don't know who those are because we can't. Those won't be released until what? Friday night when Desperado's done. So
yep, exactly. All right, Joe Finlayson. Again with the Highborn Elves. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Okay, we got a High Prince on a Lion Chariot, Ghostly Guard, Great Weapon Diadem Protection, Ring of the Pearl Throne, Royal Huntsman. Mage, who's the General, Master on Cosmology, on foot, kind of just in his pants. Commander BSB with the Longbow, Queen's Cavalier Moonlight Arrows, Crystal Ball. 25 Sea Guard with the Flaming Standard. 5 Highborn Lancers, which is like, a scoring core unit that can jump out there. 2 Reavers with bows. 7 Knights of Rima. Double Initiate of the Fiery Heart, so 2 dragons running around. 1 on Alchemy, 1 on Pyromancy. Triple Reaper, and some Queen's Guard.
He's going to shoot the snot out of you. And when you dare to come close, he hits you with the High Prince on Chariot. The 2 initiates. All the things.
All the things. This is a pretty classic Highborn Elf list where it's just heavy shooting, and then when you get to you, they hit you with elite units.
Yeah. I mean, the Ring of the Pearl Throne, as I believe was in the USA chat earlier, letting that be backed on a chariot really gives somebody a lot of flexibility in their list since it shuts off the opponent's magic weapons. So you can really go into a character and sit there for a long time and do damage with that great weapon while he can't because he doesn't have his magical weapon that he wanted.
Yeah. Oh, and then he's also got the 2 dragons running around causing trouble.
Right.
Again, another good list. Right, moving on. Legions of Odin. I don't know who this is.
This is. I know who this is. Why am I forgetting who this is?
Chat.
I know who it is.
Who's Legions of Odin?
It's Jolo. There we go.
Oh, okay. Good old Finlayson running the Empire. Not Joe.
No,
not Finlayson. Joel Flint. That's what Flint. Always running the Empire Sonnstall. He's been enjoying using the Altar of Battle with the Prelate. He's been using that a lot.
I've seen lately.
Yeah.
He's got the locket, so you're never no champion or no character is gonna get through it.
Exactly. Yeah. He's got a Knight Commander General on a horse, Light of the Sonnstall, Talisman of Shielding. Wizard Adept on Divination, Apprentice on Cosmology, Magical Heirloom, Book of Arcane Mastery on respectively. BSB on foot, Willow's Ward, Death Warrant, Alchemist Alloy. Let's see, 13 Knights with Cavalry picks, Stalker Standard, 5 Cavalry with great weapons, 3 State Militia, 30 Imperial Guard with Hand Weapon Shield, Banner of Speed, the Arcane Agent with Foresight, Readers, Imperial Rangers, a Mortar, and 26 Flagellants.
I'm reading Pablo in the chat. Sorry. My question would be the foresight engine is the not distracting one.
Yeah, that's
it's
the
light
light reflexes.
Why take IG with shields and lightning reflexes?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm wondering that myself.
I mean, I get that the nightly orders will benefit from it, and the flagellants will benefit from it, and the IG will benefit from it, but I would think that the distracting would be more useful than lightning reflexes, strength 4, initiative 3.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see the. I'm missing something. He's probably thought of something, but I'm not seeing it.
Right. I mean, Jolo knows Empire like the back of his hand. I'm sure he understands why. I
Yeah.
do not. Is what. He's got plenty of shooting with the mortar, the rangers, the riders, the militia, all that stuff. He's got the Cosmo Mage that can do a little blasting, the Div Mage that can do a little blasting. He's got plenty of things to whittle things down and then slam the altar into him as a roadblock, or the guy with the light of the Sandstorm.
Sandstorm.
And that big old cavalry pick brick, really to mess with people along with the arcane engine. So
Cavalry pick, stock or standard. Yeah, that hammer's going anywhere.
right, yeah, and with the orders making it up to movement 8, and then he's got a lot of options with the spells. With divination, he's got the fact that he can give him 3d6 leadership and all that stuff. So it's a good combo.
Yeah, but no master, right? Just an adept and an apprentice. Is there any other magic?
But he's got the altar, so the altar
Yeah.
has the bound spells, and the altar and the arcane engine has the one.
The one spell.
And
Yeah.
then he's got the heirloom and divination. He's got the apprentice of cosmology and the book of arcane mastery. So out of the two wizards, he's got 5 spells.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
he's got one more on the altar and one more on the engine. So he's got 7 spells.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't. That's a sneaky amount of spells.
Mhm. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, you can definitely see the difference in meta between Desperado and the Masters. All the Masters lists are balanced, non-skewed lists, and
I would say all of them, but
a lot of them so far. Yeah. All right, moving on. John 653.
Only thing you need to say to this list is fuck dwarves.
Fuck dwarves.
Fuck dwarves.
Everyone say it together. Fuck dwarves.
Fuck dwarves. All right, carry on. This list is a gigantic pain in the ass.
You got it. You read it out.
Sure. He's got a king on a war throne with Rune of Retribution, so you can throw it, if I recall correctly, the hand weapon with 2 runes of might, rune of destruction, rune shielding, the hold stone, and a battle rune. He's got the Thane with 2 loot runes of lightning, rune of dragon's breath, rune of readiness, so we can do the reform, and a battle rune. He's got a runic smith with a shield, rune of denial, so we can do the scroll on you, rune of grounding, so he can, I forget which one that does, the fuck over magic or something, rune of harnessing, and a battle rune. Anvil of power, so he will typically take double -1 to hit, double gleaming, and either double reroll to wound or whatever he wants based on what he's got. He shoves all that in 36 clan warriors with spear and shield, with the runic standard of swiftness, and then he just can charge forward if he wants to with that. The Greybeards with the Band of the Relentless Company, 2 4 Hold Guardians, which can vanguard forward as well if he wants to, a gigantic unit of Kingsguard with a flaming standard, and a steam copter for some chaff.
Yeah.
The answer to this is, you remember Daryl Grigsby's list, right?
Yeah.
What was it we always said about Grigsby's list? You can't kill the king, right?
Yep.
You can't kill the king. And the problem with this list is that the unit that the king is in is 2,500 points. The king, the Thane, and the runic smith are all shoved into it, and the 36 clan warriors by themselves.
Yeah.
It's legitimately half his army, and you're not going to get a damn thing from it unless you can figure out a way to blow it up, which you get no bonuses for flanks, and that sort of thing. He can reform if you charge him on a single. He's got a character that can kill monsters. He's got a character that can kill units. It's a real pain in the ass, even if you're shooting.
It's just a point sink. It's a point sink army.
Oh, he's going to walk into somebody and just say, "You come kill it." You can't. He's been charged on both flanks in the front before and just sat there and broke everything.
Good lord.
It's fuck dwarfs. That's what this is.
Yeah, this. You approach this list as like you chap the big block, and then you try to kill everything else and try to hold points.
Right. Yep.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think he's going to win the Masters, but he's going to be a pain in the ass to whoever comes up to him.
He's going to ruin 3 people's day that are trying to win the Masters. That's what he's going to do.
Yep, I agree.
They can deal with it, and he'll be sad and not win.
Okay.
You like the SA with the head double alpha, right? I raise you double FDA.
All right. A boosted sloth. This is Maddox, right?
Yes, this is Maddox.
Warriors of the Dark God, double Feldrake Ancestor, both with great weapon. Fuck you. Sorcerer on Veilwalker, Master on Alchemy, all on foot. Paired weapons, Magical Heirloom, Talisman of the Void. 20 warriors on Pride with a Flame Standard. 14 warriors with a Stalker Standard. 10 chosen on Gluttony, Flaming Standard. 10 warrior knights on Pride with great weapons, Stalker Standard. A Battle Shrine, Ledger of Souls, and 2 units of Chaff, Warhounds. So this is the first kind of a push list I've seen in all the Masters lists so far.
Yeah. And it can definitely push. I think that he's more likely to not just straight ram it down your throat unless he needs to. I think he's going to bounce FDAs around flanks and put you in the middle with things that can, sit there and take a charge. The Chosen, the Warriors, the Battle Shrine that can sit in those Warriors, which I imagine it would. And then countercharge with FDAs, the Knights, the Chosen, that sort of thing.
Yep.
So I don't think he just runs it straight down your list. I think, or straight down your throat, unless you've got something like VS level shooting that's going to just pick him apart. Then he can, but I don't think he has to. I think he's going to be much more balanced than that, because that's the smarter way to go about it, I would think.
Yeah, I guess he's a little afraid of cannons, but I haven't seen a cannon yet. I don't see not a cannon in sight.
There are no cannons so far, other than the steam tank one in the Desperado, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's leaning heavily on the alchemy attribute. There's flaming standards everywhere. I'm worried about this list. Maddox, you are a great player, but I'm worried about the amount of chaff you're gonna face, and then just gonna get shot.
I mean, he's gonna he's gonna tear bomb things that are bad chaff if he needs to, or just put the Knights into them, or the Warhounds to chaff the chaff or whatever. The Chosen will clear chaff and can take a charge. I mean, he's not really worried about chaff. The thing I would like to see is I'd like to see something else to support the alchemy, because if you run into VS, what do you do? Your flaming standards don't help you much because you're not needing to reroll on 2s. The alchemy spells itself don't help you much because they don't have any armor. Heirloom will help with some stuff, but I'd like to see maybe something with and the Battle Shrine could help, but maybe a monster's familiar with a spell or something like that. I don't know, but I just feel like you may want something else if you run into one of those 3 VS players that are here in the Masters.
Yeah, VS, or you run into some ID. This might backfire on you.
Also true.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Mr. Keith.
This list is dirtier than mine. I mean,
fucking Vermin Swarm. It's almost as bad as Dwarves. Might be even more bad, but I haven't decided yet. So, Double Swarm Priest, 1 on the Whispering Bell, 1 on foot. The one on the Whispering Bell is an adept on witchcraft with Binding Scroll, and The other one's on the Apprentice is on Thaumaturgy with Book on Arcane Mastery, on foot. A Bloodford Legate with Secrets of the Doomblade. A Vermin Senator, who's the General with the Cowl of the Apostate, so that completes the Triumvirate. What is what is the Tariana's Lyre?
Tariana's Lyre is -2 to be wounded via stomp attack.
Okay.
The Storm Rocket is a pistol enchantment, 24-inch range, 2+ to hit, D6 strength 5 shots, or hits, I should say, when it hits you. So one roll to hit, then you take D6 strength 5. And then the prefects below that get 3 shots each with their pistol, one of which has the orb, so he can make things 6 inches further with its shots.
Yeah, why am I reading? Why am I reading this list? You should read this list. Why am I even talking? You talk. I got a little excited. Go ahead.
So the first prefect is going to sit in with one of the Legionnaire bricks because he's got the Technocrat. He goes in with the weapon team. Excuse me. The prefect with the Darkstone Generator is the Overseer. He's the one that blows up and moves the tunnels. He's got 45 Vermin Legionaries, which are just going to bother people. 30 Vermin Legionaries with the legal standard. 25 Vermin Legionaries where the bell is going to go. 2 units of 30 Vermin Slaves with tunneling tools for the tunnels to blow up. 3 Murmillos with deep fire throwers. 18 Fethus Brutes. 255 for 18 T5 wounds. Enjoy. And then 5 rotary guns, 4 canister launchers, and 3 deep fire throwers.
That is
the thing that I would like. The thing I'd like to point out about the Masters so far, and we haven't got to all this, but there are something like 13 Res 3 armies in the Masters so far, and he has 6 flamethrowers.
Ugh.
Elves beware.
That is brutal.
So it's really good. He's got the bell for 6+ Aegis on all that stuff to bother things. He's got the Doom Blades, so somebody can't just charge into the bell willy-nilly. Like the FDA guy can't go anywhere near that unit or anything like that. And then he blows up tunnels if you try and come close to him. So he shoots and shoots and shoots, and you don't want to get close to him. So you don't want to stand back and you don't want to go forward. What do you do?
Yeah. What do you do?
Yes. Keith is a bad man. You are right, Pablo. Fugly. The only thing I worry about is that he's got, the one problem that he's got is that he doesn't have the general on a litter, so he can't get discipline 8 if you're within 12 inches of him, so fear can affect the army a bit.
Okay.
But that's a minor thing, and he can't put it in, it's easier to fit inside the bell unit, which is where he's going to hide everything. He didn't have to pay for anything because he puts all the other characters in front of the general, so he doesn't have to pay for like the stand behind robes, the Order's toga. He's just gonna shove everything into the bell unit and say, come at me, bro. If you don't, here's rotary guns shooting at 30-inch range, or canisters shooting at 30-inch range, or deep fire shooting at 30-inch range, whatever he needs. He's just going to shoot the shit out of you and blast you with thaumaturgy.
Ooh.
Dirty.
Yeah, definitely so far, this is the dirtiest list by far. Oh, so much shooting.
Geneva Conventions don't apply to fantasy last time I checked, Pablo.
Oh, man. I don't know how you go at this. You just...
You really want, if you can get it, you really want, like, Evo to snipe away at him. But even sniping at him's hard because, there's too much stuff you need to pick at.
Yeah.
You want shooting, but he's going to be able to block up your shooting with the slaves and the tunnels blowing up and the Fethus Brutes causing, being screens and all that. You want to get in close, but you've got the Doom Blade and you've got all the shooting to deal with. It's a real hard thing to figure out what to do with, and unless you're experienced with VS, it's a very challenging puzzle. It's similar to Sierra Dunn's army that he won UK Masters with. A little different with the Brutes. Sierra had the Blood Fur like I have, but there's just so much coming down range at you if you manage to come near him that it's a real problem.
That is the truth. My God. Okay, I don't even know what to say. I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbstruck by this list. So let's just move on from it. This is Neil Hamilton, right?
Neil Hamilton.
Dread Elves. Outcast Master on Witchcraft Binding Scroll Scales. Dreadprince General Seal of the Republic, paired weapons with lacerating touch and a crystal ball, a BSB, double Aether Icon, Willow's Ward, Krakenhide, and Master of Slaughter. 1 assassin, 23 spears, Executioner Icon, 11 rating. 32, I'm sorry, 32. 11 rating party, which are the Corsairs, 2x5 Shadow Riders, 2x10 Obsidian Guard, 12 Adjudicators, 2 Raptor Chariots, Divine Altar Effigy of Dread, 2 Hunting Chariots, Miss Leviathan. Yeah, this is this is a lot of small units.
I'm not going to say I don't like this list, but I worry about this list because, I mean, he's got Channel 4 and a Binding Scroll and good magic with Witchcraft and all that, but with 3 VS players and other stuff, I just worry that this army is going to get shredded by somebody with shooting in a bad way. And while he can put 4 chariots into things and he can really chaff things up with, you know, the units of Shadow Riders and the small Obsidian Guard and all that, somebody with good magic and good shooting is just going to pick it apart, I would think. Now, Neil's a very good player, and so I will not doubt him in any way, shape, or form, but I think that the meta is just not going to be kind to this type of list. He's got the experience, definitely. He knows how to use this type of list. It looks fairly familiar to the one that because I think this is close to the list he used to win Wicked last year.
Yeah.
List, but it has some thematics that are the same. But that's changed since then. With SA and VS out, I just worry that this isn't going to hold up.
Yeah, it's definitely just the MSU, the 4 single chariots running around being annoying. Against a lot of armies are good, but yeah, against VS in particular.
There's 2 Highborn Elf armies with 40 plus shots each. There's 3 SE lists with 40 something shots each. There's just a lot of shooting in the meta right now, and that's very against small elite dark elves.
Very true.
Sorry, Neil.
Neil, I have faith in you. Don't worry. You beat me good a bunch of times, so.
He definitely pwned my shit in the one time we played. I don't want to think about that game.
All right, moving on. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. This list is so big it can't even fit on my damn screen. All right, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right. Senator on a litter with a storm rocket, so we can do the D6 strength 5 shots. Binding Scroll. Thaumaturgy with the Crown of Hubris, which is, I think, a very, very, very good item. Stab 3 5-point models, get 3 Veil tokens. Can't leave the home without that. Witchcraft Adept with the Crystal Ball. Witchcraft Apprentice with the Book of Arcane Mastery, Obsidian Rock, so it can be a chaff piece. He gets the 2 Witchcraft spells. He has the Obsidian Rock, so I can go wherever I need to do magic defense. 2 House Prefects with Deep Fire Throwers and Orator's Toga, so I can make two units have lightning reflexes and a flamethrower, or I can put double in 1 unit if I need to really flamethrower something down or provide redundancy for myself for some reason. House Prefect with the Crown of the Wizard King and the Technocrat, so he's the engineer, going to help out one of the weapon teams. He does not have the orb, but he's got the Crown of the Wizard King, so that may help out anyways. 250 Legionnaires with Spear and Legion Standard, 21 Valites to be stabbed for the Crown of Hubris, 35 Vermin Slaves for whatever, 2 Giant Rat Chaffs, 44 Black Fur Veterans with Great Weapons of the Stalker Standard in case some asshole brings snake swarms, looking at you, Raven. 6 Rotary Guns, 4 Canisters, 3 Deep Fire Throwers, and 16 Grenades. And that's 4,500 points. It's 265 models, I think is what I said.
Good lord.
256 models. I don't know if this thing's going to fit my case, but we're going to try. It's similar to Avon's list.
It is very similar.
I got 5 flamethrowers. I don't have the tunnel blowing up bit. I don't have the guys with the pistols, so he's got me there. I don't have the bell, but I've got the grenadiers who can really bother people with stuff. I've got better magic. I have access to Comet. I have access to Bewitching Glare, which really helps shooting, that sort of thing. So there's some differences in thought behind it, but we're pretty similar. we're gonna shoot the shit out of you when you try and walk to us, and when you get there, you're gonna deal with 44 great weapons at agility 5.
Yep.
I want to see your miner.
Yeah, of course you want to play me. Yeah, it's all these VS lists are like so hard to approach. There's no easy approach to them.
I mean, the approach needs to be you need to have range and pyro. VS, and there's a lot of hate for VS out there. I mean, the fact that the USA ETC channel has "fuck VS" as a built-in emoji really offends my sensibilities, I gotta say. As soon as people start bringing lots of shooting, like the 2 highborn elf players, they could be like, "Cool, VS, we're gonna shoot you from 30 inches and you can't get to us. You want to pop a EWT out? I'm gonna shoot it."
Yeah.
That's where the meta needs to move some towards, and away from some of the other things that it's moved towards. The meta shifting book. Once the meta adjusts and they tweak a few of the things to bring the list down, then I think VS will come back into line. But I just think the meta needs to adjust some to it more than anything else.
True.
Like this next list wants to see VS on the field.
Oh, look who it is! Pablo. This literally can't fit on the screen.
Right.
All right, here we go. Yeah, you go for it. It's just yours.
All right. You got a warlord on a feral orc warboar with the Omen of the Apocalypse, Crown of Autocracy, common goblin with witchcraft, common goblin with thumb, common goblin with pyro. So 6 spells from those guys. The goblin chief with massive zapping and a BSB with double aether icon. 2 Madget launching platforms with Banner of the Relentless Company. So advance 50 inches up, shoot 2 Madgets through you. 20 cave goblins with bow and Madgets, so if you get close to them, he throws a Madget through you. 20 goblins on creepers. With Banner of Discipline, that's gonna be his bunker. 10 mounted Ed Bashers with lances and the Banner of Discipline. 2 National Wrecking Teams, 2 units, 5 raiders, and 3 catapults, plus the Gargantula with a catapult and a skewer to boot. So he's going to shoot you and shoot you and shoot you and shoot you and launch gets through you, and you're not going to kill anything of any value unless you get back to his bunker. And he's going to have the warlord and the boars sitting back there ready for you to try to do that.
Yep, that's the gist of it.
This is the thing that the meta needs to shift to deal with VS a bit, I feel. And this is Pablo's been running this before VS was really as dirty as it is now, but it is still something that will be very good against VS.
Yeah, you think so? Is it just the catapults that you're looking at, or is just the volume of shots?
He doesn't have that much shots, but he's got thumb and pyro, so he's got 3 or 4 spells that he can just burn VS with. The Madgets launching through EWTs and things like that will destroy them. The Forest Goblins have bows. The Wrecking Teams will destroy things like that. The Common Goblins can do that. And then the 3 catapults are just going to, the 4 catapults are just going to target whatever big brick you have, like, my 44 Blood for Veterans. If he hits those with those 3 catapults, they're going to be down like 20.
Yep.
Then they're not nearly as dangerous. So, Pablo's a bad man.
Pablo is a bad man. Bad man.
Yeah, you play Jaff every week. That's not my fault. That's your fault. Don't blame me for that.
All right. Serbulent. This is Serb, right?
I would think so.
I mean, I don't know his real name, but I just know him as Serb.
Yeah.
Another highborn list. General on Willow's Ward. Protection of Dorak and the Sliver. Lucky Charm, Master of the Krennic Tower, High Prince, and with the additional 3 spells. Commander on a Griffin BSB, Demon's Bane, Lance, Diadem of Protection, block a Sea Guard with a Flaming, 5 Lancers, 5 Reavers, 11 Archers with a Musician, 25 Flame Wardens, Navigator's Banner, Frost Phoenix, an Initiate, 12 Lion Guard, 2 Lion Chariots, and 5 Grey Watchers.
3 large flying monsters, check.
Yeah, he's got the Sea Guard. Yeah.
and 2 bricks that are going to be real hard to move.
Yeah, the Line Guard
Navigators can
and the Flame Wardens are going to be tough to shift.
Right. He can deal with VS as well.
Well,
This is
how's you're giving me a lesson in VS right now. Why do you think this can deal with VS?
Because he's got the shooting to deal with it. He's got the 11 arches, and 11 arches isn't that many, but he can pick apart what he needs to. He's got the Grey Watchers to make a -1 to hit. He's got the Reavers. He's got the 26 Sea Guard. He's got the guy on the Spear, which gives the 3 spells, which I believe he can get access to 1 or 2 missiles as well.
Yeah.
It's just, he has options. He's not just all combat, which is what I think people are.
I just feel like there's not that much shooting in this list. There's the Archers and the Sea Guard.
Right, but think of it this way. You don't need a lot of shooting. You need to get rid of my shooting. He can get rid of my shooting. So if he gets rid of my shooting, my stuff doesn't hold up nearly as well to him. 40, like my Bloodfur or K-Bon's Hulks, they don't deal well with Flame Wardens.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have anything to deal with a brick if you don't have all the shooting. So that's where it gets into issues. He's got the 3 flyers to go around and chaff the shooting or chaff the big brick until he shot it enough, or put 2 chariots and 2 flying monsters into it, or whatever. It's just, it's mobility and shooting and magic damage, and he's got hard things to deal with. It's not a perfect solution to VS, but he has answers to VS, which is what I think we need to do.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Okay, Serb. Man, I wish Aaron was on the channel right now. He said he was going to show up a half an hour ago, so that's... Aaron, you let us down. But he's got his Sylvan Elves, he's got the Avatar of Nature, he's got the Druid Master on Cosmology on foot with the Bow of Wiskin, another Druid Apprentice on Shamanism with the Watcher's Woe Bow, Book of Arcane Mastery, Chieftain BSB with Hunter's Honor, Blade Dancer, whatever it is, Brethren, whatever it's called, 20 Sylvan Archers, 5 Heath Riders, 3 × 15 Forest Guard, which is new. He normally doesn't run that. 13 Blade Dancers, 4 Wild Huntsmen, 4 Wild Huntsmen, and 2 × 10 Pathfinders.
5 Wild Huntsmen. 5 Wild Huntsmen.
What am I saying?
You said 4. I don't know why you said 4.
I don't know why I said 4. They got lances too. This is his usual list. Previously he was running, instead of the 15 Forest Guard, he was running 5 of the non-fast cav cavalry out of core.
Sure.
I think this might be a little better. And he's got plenty of shooting. He still has the 2 packs of 10 Pathfinders. And 20 Archers.
Yeah. I mean, it's this sort of setup that, like we were talking earlier about Neil Hamilton's list. This list will give Neil problems.
Yeah,
what
for
does Neil
sure.
do? He runs it forward and gets shot.
Yeah. And he runs this exactly like the Sylvan Elf style of avoidance, like just sit back, shoot, and avoidance.
Right.
But he does now have this chieftain with the Hunter's Honor that goes in the Blade Dancers, which can be pretty nasty.
Yeah.
I think this is a good list, and I think Aaron's a really good player.
He is. I've never actually played Chom. I need to do that sometime.
I've played him too many times for me to count, and he beats me most of the time.
Well, I mean, you lived in the same general area.
I'm just saying. I'm proving you, because I am a mediocre at best player, and he's a very good player. He beats me all the time. Okay, moving on. Irek, who's this?
He's from Canada.
He's from Canada. Oh, good enough for me. Sylvan Elves. Forest Print. At least we have representation from people other than the U.S.
We've got 2 Canadians here.
Yeah, 2 Canadians. I was hoping one of the Mexican guys would come, but I don't think they're gonna make it.
They both bowed out. Yeah.
Yeah. Forest Prince. Prince on a Great Eagle. Death Cheater. Bow of Wiskin, great weapon, Glyph of Amaryl. What was Glyph of Amaryl? I thought that was the Campy stomped one, but he's on an eagle.
I do not know. All the changes have gone on with SE.
Dryad Ancient General, Adept on Divination. Dryad Ancient Adept on Druidism, Scarred Bark. A Druid on an Eagle, another Eagle, Apprentice on Shamanism with the Watcher's Woe and Potion of Strength. A block of Archers, a block of Dryads, 6 Heath Riders, 24 Forest Rangers with the Predator Pendant, interesting unit. 9 Wild Huntsmen with the Lances and the Flaming Banner. 9 Briar Maidens with Banner of Discipline. 7 Sentinels, 5 Pathfinders, 5 Pathfinders.
I'm going to dance around you and shoot you.
Yep, this is very, very, very still a Sylvanov list. Avoidance, shooting, kind of different kind of shooting than Aaron has. They both have the art. They both have the character with both the magical bows. They both have the archer block, but instead of 2 big blocks of Pathfinder, he's got Pathfinder, small Sylvan Sentinels, and also the Briar Maidens, which will run around you and throw weapons at you.
Yep.
I think the Forest Ranger unit, I'm a little worried about. The Forest Rangers, like, they're great when you have a character in there with them, but when they're by themselves, they're so-so. Because they're great weapons and they're gonna hit you and hurt you, but they can't take a punch in return.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not up on my SE like I said before, but I mean, with Predator Pendant giving him distracting, that can help if he gets the charge off.
Yep. Let's move on to CJ. Good old CJ from Chicago. First OgreCon list. Shaman Master on Shamanism, Yeti Furs Ritual Bloodletter, Magical Heirloom. Con General with Destiny's Call, Kakadai's Legacy, Ogre Crossbows, Rampager Chain Cult Leader. Con BSB with Essence of Mithril, Heart Ripper, Crossbow Troll Leader. These are different builds than usual. 6 Tribesmen with Iron Fists, Pen of the Great Grand Sky. 2 Bruiser Sticks. 26 Scraplings with Bows. 6 Merc Vets with Iron Fist and Swift Stride? What's the other upgrade? Iron Fist and Plate Armor, sorry. 4 Tuskers with Great Weapons, Banner of Ginget, 2 Tigers, and a Frost Mammoth. So, almost no shooting, just the bows and the scraplings.
Yeah, the bows and the scraplings. He's got the shamanism shooting, swarm and that sort of stuff. But in the 2 crossbows, so he's got some, but not a lot. For me, nothing really stands out about this. The Merc Vets are going to be problematic. The Tusker Cav are going to be problematic. The Tribesman Brick will be problematic because there's nothing different substantially than I've seen for most Ogre lists lately that I feel worried about per se. Previous lists, they all had the Mammoth Hunters running around and all that stuff you had to deal with. This is just going to be, I'm going to walk forward to you and engage you in combat, and there's things faster than Ogres and that hit harder than Ogres at this point.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing really hard hitting except for the Tuskers. But there's such a wide... Oh, yeah, the Merc Vets, yeah. And they got Banner Speed, too, so I don't know. There's a significant amount of threats. There's the Tuskers, there's the Merc Vets, and the Bruiser Brick with the characters. Yeah,
they're Tribesmen, not Bruisers, though. If they were Bruisers, I'd give them some more credit, but they're just there to hold the characters.
Yeah, they're there not to kill, they're there just to stand.
Right. I put the 3 characters across the front and go, cool, separate up your attacks.
I mean, this running up against either of the VS lists, that's going to be a problem.
I mean, VS List is just going to go, okay, which one's coming close to me first? I'm going to shoot it.
Then shoot the bejesus out of it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my grenades, the pistols from everybody, you know, there's just so much shooting in a VS List these days that it's going to be hard for stuff to get across, especially if you have good magic to do damage with, because it's like, what do you take? Do you take a Hand of Heaven or a Comet per se, so that I can't get reroll to wound off against you in shooting? That sort of thing. It's just it's difficult to decide what to do, and you need to choose right or hope that they roll poorly.
Yep. Okay, CJ, I wish you luck. CJ's an awesome guy. I've hung out with him a bunch, but I think he's gonna run into a buzzsaw in most of these lists. Black Lancer.
Ryan from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a Whispering Bell because that's what everybody likes.
Ugh, God, more VS. Jesus.
Thaumaturgy with Book of Arcane Mastery. He's got the Triumvirate, so he's gonna have the access to the spells. He's got the Litter with a Storm Rocket and the Orb Aetius, so he can shoot further. He's got a Deep Fire Thrower and Scorched Alchemist. It's gonna stand in a big brick and blast somebody with a flamethrower. He's got the ability to blow up tunnels. He's got 80 total Black Fur veterans, though. 37 from Core with Legion, 43 from Special with the Sacred Aquila, which is the one that gives you battle focus or punch yourself.
Yeah.
Depending on how well you roll. 2 units of Legionaries with Legion Standards for 1, and then Banner of Discipline for where the bell will go. Tunneling tools from the Slaves, so we can get the extra tunnel. 10 Shadowfur Stalkers for something to pop out of a tunnel. And then 5 rotary guns, 4 canister launchers, 3 deep fire throwers, and a partridge in a pear tree, and an Earthbreaker. So he's got 4 tunnels he's going to shoot, blow you up with. He's got 12 weapon teams to blow you up with. He's got a flamethrower hiding in a unit to shoot at you. And oh, by the way, he's got the Storm Rocket and Thaumaturgy and a Comet and other stuff.
Yeah. This is ugly, but it's not as ugly as other lists, I think. It's still just the experimental weapons teams. The amount of firepower that comes out of these 3 units for that point value is just bonkers.
It's the thing that he's banking on, in my opinion, is that he's really banking on those tunnels doing a lot of damage. And when you get to do the damage that they can do, because you can move them and then blow them up, you know, they can really hurt things with the strength 4. I mean, it's strength 4 hits. It's not nothing. And it costs him virtually nothing to do that, because it's a tunnel that he has 1 unit that's going to pop up out of. Who cares? And then boom, you take, you know, a good shot 2d6 strength 4 AP1 for everything within 6 inches of the tunnel marker.
2d6. I thought it was 1d6. Yikes.
No, it's 2d6. You move up close to engage the shooting, he blows up a tunnel on you.
Yep.
Everything within 6. So, same thing. Keith had that same trick. It's a good one. It's dirty.
Yeah. I mean, those he's got more. He's got, as you said, he's got the 2 blocks of Black Fur veterans, which could really stand up in combat if they need to.
Yeah. Yep. They do.
Ugh. Does he have any chaff, really?
Not particularly, other than 30 slaves, stalkers. He's got the Earthbreaker that'll be a chaff piece once it pops out of a tunnel, and it'll stay there and be stubborn.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got some. It's not your traditional type, but I mean, the guy with the Darkstone generator, once he's blown up his tunnels and done his thing, he'll be a piece of chaff. The prefect could be a chaff if he needed it to. I mean, he's got options.
He's got it where he needs it, yeah, if he really needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Yuck. Gym Shorts. This is full Blake, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Warriors of the Dark Gods, Doomlore in general, with the Death Cheater, Cleansing Light, Crystal Ball, Sorcerer Adept on Evocation with Book of Arcane Mastery, Rod of Battle, Sorcerer on a Sky's Wheel, Apprentice on Occultism, Sorcerer on a Sky Wheel, Apprentice on Alchemy, 30 warriors with great weapon zealot banner, unmarked, yeah. 8 warhounds, 2 × 5 chosen knights with wrath. Those hit like a Mack truck. 5 Forsworn, that's where the Doom Lord's going, with spike shields. And then 2 chosen chariots of wrath. I mean, this
Second push list.
what?
This is your second push list.
Yeah, there you go. It definitely is a push list. It's I like the sorcerers on the scythed wheels, scythed sky wheels are like, they're really cool because they're basically chaffed, only 160 points. They can move really fast, and then they have one spell they can hopefully get off before they die.
I really need that Breath of Corruption or that Lash to go off. I can 5 dice it from that guy and not worry about it if I want
Yeah,
to.
exactly. That's the beauty of apprentices.
Yes.
It's just, is this list, the real question, is this list enough to get through all the shooting that's in this tournament?
That's a good question. The Evo guy will help some because he can do either the Fear Bomb spell, Whispers, or he can do the triple snipe. He's got the Sky Wheels to run around and do, they can take the Hereditary if he needs to. So he'd probably take, against VS, he'd take the Hereditary on the Alchemy guy, and Breath on the Mysticism guy.
Yeah.
And just run around and blast off weapon teams, is what I would think he would do with those. Run forward to the Warriors, run forward to the Knights and the Knights. And
look who just joined, Mr. Chom.
What's up?
Man, you're coming late. We're on the second to last list, so you're a little late.
I made it in time.
But we could go back if you have any comments you want to point out about your list. We already went over your list, but we were just talking about Phil's Warriors list.
Nice.
And
Okay,
we're
cool.
talking about if this is enough to get through. I mean, this Masters tournament is heavy on the shooting. There's a lot of shooting going on.
Okay.
Is this enough? I don't know.
It's a
I mean,
lot of
He's got a lot of armor.
4, 5, 2 up armor, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just actually saying that I need to look up the stats on those apprentices on the Sky Wheel. I haven't seen one of those on the table maybe ever. So
But they're pretty awesome.
I used it several times. I put a master on it so I can, zoom around with them and do all the things I want to, but
Yeah, an apprentice on just 160 points. Like, I didn't realize they were that cheap.
yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Do they have a decent save or no?
no.
Okay.
You've got light armor and I think +1 maybe. The Skywell does a grind of D3 +1 if I recall correctly.
So it's just a 6 up armor. Wait, just I guess res 4, 3
Yeah.
wounds. Okay. The grind attack is interesting.
Yeah.
Alright.
He can deal with chaff or those types of things pretty easily.
Mm.
Or if he needs to, he can 5 dice that spell he really wants and blow himself up and blow you up at the same time.
Man, I think it's a great list, but against the meta of this Masters tournament, like, it's the closest to a push list where you're might get through all the shooting. I just don't know if it's enough.
No credit to the double ancestors.
Oh man, the double ancestors. I mean, I think they're gonna get just blown off the board, but that's just my opinion. All right, moving off to the last list, Mr. Shyhammer himself, the man, the myth, the legend. On ONG, he's got the Goblin King on the Gargantula with Shield Breaker, Crown of the Wizard King.
Koopa.
Yeah,
Koopa.
yeah, it's Koopa. He's got the Orc Warlord General on a Wyvern. Pair weapon, Shady Shanking, Basalt and Fusion, Talisman of Shielding.
Zod.
Well, Zod's on the Chariot, or is Zod on the Wyvern
Zod
also?
Zod is the Orc Warlord for sure. He's not a goblin. James might fight you for calling Zod a goblin.
No. He normally runs Zod on the chariot, the Orc Warlord on a chariot.
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought that maybe he might have been a different character, but
Zod used to be on a wyvern, and then he moved him to a chariot, and now he's back to a wyvern.
Yeah.
got it.
Goblin Witch Doctor, this time a master on foot on pyromancy, Rod of Battle. Goblin Chief with the bow, Mazazapin, BSB, Banner of Discipline. Wait, does that make sense? Why would you put a Banner of Discipline on a BSB?
So that he doesn't have to take.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't take panic checks at all. You're right. 25 Ed Basher's Feral Orc with the Mammoth Stabba, Green Tide. 20 goblins with bows, forest goblins, and thrown weapons, Banner of the Relentless Company. 20 goblins with bow and shield, 20 goblins with bow and shield. 6 trolls, bridge trolls to be more specific. 3 wolf chariots, which he loves bringing, and 5 raiders, a great green idol, and a giant with a giant club.
Ruckus.
Yes.
Ruckus. I hate this list. This list out of everything we've talked about so far tonight scares the bejesus out of me.
Really?
He has plenty of shit to kill VS. 60 goblins with those, the pyro guy, the Mazazapin guy, the great green idol to go and just stand in the way, the giant club, the chariots, the wyvern. It's like you can't shoot everything at once, and that's what he tries to get you to do, and he's shooting you back in return. It's a very scary list for me to think about how to deal with, so I don't want to play James. Plus, he's been playing this army for a very long time and is very good with it.
He has, yeah. What's the
This is not greatly changed from his ETC list. It's basically the wyvern instead of the boar chariot, the idol instead of something.
Yeah, he revolves around the same pieces. What's the upgrade for bridge trolls? I forgot. Distracting.
I mean, solid list, pretty all comers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He has things to deal with just about anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no faith in goblin bows. That's my opinion.
There's 60 of them. You don't have to have faith in them. It's just,
they're always
right?
hitting on at least a 5 or a 6. They're only strength 3, AP 0.
When you're shooting T2 stuff, that's still pretty good.
Well, yeah. Well, like for instance, this army up against Phil Blake.
I mean, if he's playing against Phil Blake, Phil's got things that will hurt him. Agreed. The bows won't do much. They'll pick off the occasional thing or whatever, but I mean, then Phil has to deal with, like Koopa with the shield breaker and that sort of thing. So there's
the shield breaker does help. Right.
And the vomits.
Yeah, the vomit. Okay, all right. Let's go back up to Aaron's list just quickly so he can tell us how great of a genius he is. Anything you want to say about your list? Do you want to spill all your secrets to the crowd?
I don't think there's that many secrets. I've been running something sort of like this for a while now and been liking it. Some tweaks and changes around the edges, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's got lots of shooting and lots of different kind of combat and zoning threats. And it's got the avatar, which I love, so, should be fun.
For 645, you should love the avatar.
What did you guys say about it?
I said, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's hard to judge. Like we went through a bunch of lists, all these really gun line lists, not gun line, but heavy, on the heavier end of a balanced list in shooting. And when you went through 4 of them, you get to this one, it's like, man, I'm just trying to compare the amount of shooting that was in the last 3 lists and then try to compare and it's hard to judge that. I mean, we should expect this from Masters, I guess, but there's just like this thin line of, are the dice going to be in your favor? You're going to get enough shooting off or not?
Yeah, there is. I mean, the VS lists obviously bring the shooting quotient up quite a bit, and then all the Highborn Elf lists have quite a lot of shooting. It's definitely it definitely skewed, I think, kind of quite late, towards the shooting end of the spectrum, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. But I think that's, to what I said earlier, that's people learning to deal with VS, right? You hate weapon teams? Cool, take some bows. It's a real threat to them, and that's something that, VS players have to deal with. So I think it's helping. SE was already good before that because they've gotten so cheap, but now that you can deal with VS as well when others can't necessarily, it's really giving you an edge.
Yeah, it's I mean, I've gotten some practice games in against VS, and it's dicey. I mean, obviously the damage output is insane, and you guys have a lot of ways to help yourself hit and wound. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know. I think I'm excited a lot. I've had a few people tell me they were surprised I didn't take Highborn Elves at the last minute. So there you go.
You've been enjoying the Sylvan Elves, so why not?
Yeah, they're fun.
All right. Well, shoot, Aaron. We went through all the lists.
Oh, it's okay. I knew I was going to be late. I'm sorry for late.
Chris, what are the lists that are jumping out at you that you think are going to really go far in this tournament? Maybe even win the whole thing.
If I'm picking 3 lists that will go far, it's going to be. I like Ratman's list. I like Kayvon's list. And then probably you're looking at like a Joe from Lyson with his I'm going to shoot you to freak me up to me stuff.
Yeah. I think Keith list looks really strong. Like, really strong. Yeah, everything else is like, So how many push lists did we have? There was 2? Phil Blake's and what was the other one?
Warrior.
2 Warriors lists.
Neil's is the push list. The 2 Warriors, Neil's.
Yeah, there's only like 3 push lists in the Masters list.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
You might be able to call Gunshock's list a push list, right? I mean, he's got shooting, but it's like he doesn't have the bolt throwers, and he's got 3 dragons.
I mean, he's got 3 dragons. That's that's pretty push. I agree. But he's got balance in the shooting and the magic he took. So
yeah, he took some shooting out of core and stuff.
But it's definitely. I mean, with Desperado, you have to skew to try and get the big points, right? Because you've got 3 games to prove yourself for 2 spots. You have to win big, and go 3-0, pretty much. So I understand that, but how well will that serve them actually in the Masters tournament when you're dealing with more balanced armies with plenty of shooting to deal with the threats? It's like
that Ogre's list is a push list. There you go.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's definitely a push list. CJ, good old CJ.
4 out of 18.
Yeah, Pablo says the Dwarf list is a push list. The Dwarf list isn't really a push list. The Dwarf list is please come kill the king. You can't. You lose. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
I mean, do you call that push? No.
I feel like you could. For dwarves, it's a push list. I think you could say that.
I mean, Dwarf push list for the 60 Slayer bricks, right? Where you had.
Oh well. Yeah, I guess it's not.
That was a Dwarf push list.
It's not quite there. It's on the pushy. It has almost no guns. And that would be the reason to call it that.
Pablo, if I play the game first round, I'm going to punch you for that. I promise.
What
Promise.
about you, Sponsor? What's your top 3?
It's definitely Keith is up there. Just the 3 Vermin Swarm lists. I hate to admit it, but maybe the Soaring Age. Definitely Keith. I'm definitely going with this is Retmund. The Soaring Ancient list I like a lot. After that, I don't know.
I'm just going to remind everybody that VS is in the bottom 3 armies in the New Year's Revolution tournament. Just keep that in mind.
I don't know. That just defies logic. I don't know why that is.
Because the team tournaments have people that can take armies to deal with VS. And
Yeah.
So it's easier to deal with. In singles, you got to deal with everything.
And you know what? I'm going to choose Maddox with the double Feldrick Ancestor.
Okay. All right. I accept that.
Aaron, I'm assuming you've reviewed the list. Any lists you want to talk about? You want to choose top 3?
Yeah, I guess I do like the VS list. I'm not sure that I would. I guess I'd need to see a little bit how Keith runs it. I haven't seen it on the table. I'm not convinced on the Fethus. I think that they have some weaknesses. They're cheap. But I think that that one. I think that the other one, like I do like yours, Chris's. I think that one's really good.
Don't vote for Chris. Don't vote for Chris. Come on. Don't do that.
I said VS. I said VS in general. I think. I think that I don't know. I would need to. I haven't watched a bunch of games with the Fethus on the table since the update. It seems like people have been kind of skewing towards spending on points on other things. So I'm just interested to see kind of how they do, because it's not 750 points is there's a lot of other things that could be spent on. And I think
not anything else has 56 R5 wounds.
56 R5 wounds.
18 times 3.
Yeah, it's all the Fethus brutes. Jeez.
54.
54.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot to deal with.
Leadership bubble will be key with them because there's not an equal standard character to go with them. So he's got to keep them near things to babysit them, or they're discipline 5 with no reroll, no minimize, no nothing. And the general doesn't push out to them but 12 inches, so he has to keep them close. So he can't just go adventuring out there unless he's okay losing them, which he may be at only 255. But you really have to babysit them a lot, which is the problem with them. When I was considering running the Fethus, I was going to put a character in the unit because that's the only way to keep them manageable. Otherwise, you can't do anything. You can't pursue. Because somebody flanks you with a cheap unit that you can't deal with in one turn, and you lose it around a comet, you're running with that huge brick. It's not something you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I meant. I mean, what I've seen is very, very disciplined, use of the bubble. Usually I see that litter for that reason, and then I sort of see something like that, and I don't envision them sitting in front of his battle line within the bubble, which means he's either full push, which I think is always a little risky. That's what I meant basically. So, and then I think Saurian's I think Ratman's got a very, very good chance. I think that list is incredible on objectives. I think it's really, really hard to get big points off of it. Very flexible, right? Answers for just about everything. So I think that one definitely has kind of that real all-comers ability. I don't know that it has a bad matchup. I think it's a lot of yellows, and people might underestimate it. So I think that's really good, kind of top tier.
All right.
I do think that I think the double ancestor. I mean, 16 wounds with that kind of a profile. Strength. What is it? Strength 9.
Strength 9.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's pretty cool. And he's been playing this list a lot and been doing well with it. So I think I'd probably pick one of the VS. I need to do a little bit more research, and then probably Ratman or Maddox.
Cool. Just
All
as a
right.
reminder for those listening that Mr. Kenyon Duncan will be sporting his.
That was my next question. So
Fine.
the shirt bet from like over a year ago, is it?
Yeah, it's like Tides 2021 because we haven't seen each other.
The question is, the bet was I have to wear the shirt at my next tournament.
That we both attended.
So there is
give you the shirt, man.
there is a problem. There is a problem that if I don't make the Masters, I will not be in a tournament with you.
The loophole.
Bro, you like that, man. Right, but see, the problem with that is you're also not going to March to War.
I'm not going to March to War. I'm going to be at the Red River Rumble that same weekend.
Here we go. Wait a second. Chris, just so that we can give you some sort of level of satisfaction, can we take a look at Kenyon's list? Maybe we could roast it a little bit now that I'm.
Oh, sure.
He already roasted it pretty good.
Me? Oh, him.
Oops, there we
It's
go.
the same list he's been running for 2 years in B3s.
Did you pick him? Did you pick him to make it through
No.
Desperado?
That's what Chris does. That's what Chris does.
It's like betting black and red in roulette at the same time. It's not a bad bet.
Okay, what do we got? All right.
This is the all just go charge list.
Yeah. Do you get to submit a different list if you make it, or do you
No.
have to submit your Desperado?
It's funny because like really the meta of Desperado is a lot of combat lists, and I think I have advantage because this is like I am just 100% combat list. My magic is geared toward combat. It's just combat all the way. But if I make it to Masters, I'm gonna run into a buzzsaw.
You have 14 spells.
That's a lot.
Don't worry. 4 of those spells, I only spent like 40 points on them.
Only 40 points like 4 times.
Don't worry. I got a plan.
Shamanism
I
and
got a
movement
plan.
spell now.
I got a plan. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah. I think that's a cool list. You've obviously been running something very similar to it for a while. You took out all the kind of like flanking stuff, like the giants. And
Yeah,
and
really,
centaurs.
the Minotaurs are become the flanking element.
Okay.
4 killy blocks, 4 pieces of chaff. What more do you need?
I mean, I think it looks super fun. You're gonna have a blast.
This looks fun. He'll run over people in Gemini.
Hey, listen, we got you personal experience, right?
Yeah.
That's fair. I accept that.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's gonna wrap up the review. Thank you guys for jumping on again. If you're watching on Skaven and AZ, please hit the subscribe on my channel. If you're watching on my channel, please hit the subscribe on Skaven and AZ's. And Aaron.
You're doing battle reports for Desperado too, right?
Yeah. Oh well, I'll try to.
Okay.
If I'm too depressed after game 2, I might just. Yeah, we're gonna try to do full reports. We're definitely doing Aaron's 5 Masters games, of course. I'll definitely do my 3 Desperado games. I don't know if the Gemini games are worth reporting or if I make it to Masters or not. We'll see about that. Yeah, we'll see.
I think we should chronicle the whole thing, regardless of how it turns out, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's
Don't
no
destroy
reason
it.
not to.
Freaking 8 games from me. Oh, I don't 8 games from one list. I don't know if our audience wants to hear all that.
With this kind of list, I mean, come on, that's fun.
They'll be like 2-minute battle reports. I made the charge. Everything blew up. I won the game.
Exactly. Or a Minotaur block got wiped out turn 1. Things went bad after
And I hid in the corner. End of game.
Yeah, exactly. Chris is
Oh, okay.
deep fire thrower did terrible things to my army.
Oh my god.
I didn't even bring the most, Aaron. Bond
I know.
has 6.
It's incredibly reserved of you.
It has 6.
All right,
Good
shut this
lord.
thing down.
All right, we're calling it. It's been 2 hours. Thanks for joining me. Whew, it's gonna be a fun weekend. That's all I know.
It'll be great. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.